like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat.
Flute, what's going on, my boy? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to all y'all. It's crazy, man. We just started 2024 and January gone just like that. A pogo stick? I've actually never been on a pogo stick before. That's interesting. When it comes to working out, me personally, this is just my opinion, I feel like there's a overemphasis towards going to the gym as the only means of working out and exercising. The goal is not to achieve a certain physique, for me at least. I just want to keep myself active. What's up, Kay? I just want to keep myself active.
Guys, the full-length video is available on my YouTube channel, but here's a clip.
The judge, the prosecutor, the jury, everybody just, what y'all don't realize is that everybody just denied the Christ. Like she teaches us, the Christ, the Christos, is a mentality. It is the Christ consciousness, is the I am God consciousness. I am everything and everything is me. I'm not separate from anything. That is the Christ consciousness. Remember, Chief, as the Messiah, the messenger of God, the messenger of Allah, Mr. Bishop played as a catalyst in that courtroom to show the world in.
Not already subscribed to the channel? Subscribe today. Set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content.
Because me personally, I look at the human body like a car or a bicycle. If you take a bicycle, right, if you ride it, if you keep riding it, keep riding it, keep riding it, keep riding it, it'll keep going. But as soon as you leave a bicycle outside and don't ride it and don't use it no more, it start to rust. You understand? The tires start going flat. Same thing with a car. If you don't drive a car for a certain amount of time, just the act of not using it will deteriorate the car or the bicycle. So I make that congruent with my body, and I'm not caught, because I watched this video yesterday that highlighted the saturation of unhealthy, unnatural, and unattainable standards of beauty, not only just in BBLs for women, but also in these excessively muscular physiques for men. So while you have men talking crap to women about getting breast implants and butt implants, you got dudes out here that are getting ab implants, bicep implants, tricep implants. Some people are unconsciously trying to keep up with these standards of beauty that are not realistic, bro. Like, it's not. So my goal is not to fall into that marketing strategy of the fitness industry, but rather for me to have longevity. My main thing is that when I'm 60, 70, and 80, I still want to be able to run. I still want to be able to be active. That's the main thing. Like, come on, when you're 60 and 70, what, you think you about to look like a 20-year-old Instagram model? No. We know that youth fades, but your health doesn't. So I'm on health. I'm not into a look. I don't really care about the look. I care about how I feel, because one of my monikers is that your life can only be as good as you feel. So that's why I'm a minimalist. That's why I wear the same thing every day. Not literally the same thing, but I stick with black. Because I've learned to reduce what's not valuable and important in my life to me, and increase and pay attention to what is valuable to me. What's valuable to me is my health, my mental health, my physical health. You understand what I'm saying? Things like that. Cleanliness. I don't care about name brands. I don't care about labels. I don't care about trends. I don't care about being, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. I don't care about design. I don't care about none of that. So therefore, the attention that would have been going towards me shopping and me keeping up with the latest trends is now going towards something that I feel like is more important. Because even now, right now, I turned 35 in a couple of weeks, and I look at some of my peers and my classmates, and I notice that they let their health go. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my classmates, a lot of my peers, you know what I'm saying, from the military, they overweight, they out of shape, they have low energy, they're almost unrecognizable to how we were in our 20s. And me, I no longer subscribe to the narrative that just because you grow in age, that has to be congruent with a decline in health. Y'all don't know where y'all from, but I'm from the South. I'm from the country. So there's I will say, an outdated mentality that is permeating in that atmosphere. And if you don't remove yourself from that atmosphere will become you. And so I no longer subscribe, thanks to the internet allowing me to broaden my horizons beyond my hometown. I no longer subscribe to the idea that just because I'm 50 or 60, that means I have to be incapable of doing a push-up, incapable of running, incapable of bending over. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think old age has to be synonymous with poor flexibility, poor strength, or anything like that. Do you brush a lot and take great care of your teeth? Yes, sir. I recently upgraded. Like, that's my thing, bro. Like, I'm not into this. I'm into this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm into my blood.
Guys, this is a moment that I have personally anticipated. This book is now available for pre-order. Authored by Janae Newell. The title is Lesson Learned. Janae shares a part of her journey with us, and I am looking forward to this amazing read. I myself am already on the pre-order list. If you're interested in being one of the first people to get this book, definitely hit Janae up on IG. Her IG is janae.alexandria. So hit her DM, let her know you're interested, and be sure to let her know that Medaya sent you.
My cholesterol, dental hygiene. You understand what I'm saying? And when it comes to teeth, this is my teeth routine, right? So I recently upgraded from a manual toothbrush to an electric toothbrush. I found that to be very helpful. I use a tongue scraper. What's it called? Stainless steel tongue scraper. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm interested in longevity and quality of life more than I am into material possessions, status or things of that nature, man. I really don't care about that, bro. Because at the end of the day, what good did it do you to gain a house, car, clothes, shoes, jewelry, and lose your health in the process? I don't understand how that's a win. me personally, I don't understand how it's a win to gain materially, but lose in your well-being. I don't understand that, and I don't follow that that philosophy. Even now, bro, type of phone I'm on right now, bro, this is an iPhone 8, straight iPhone 8, bro. I started paying attention to how much of a consumer I was as far as material possessions is concerned. I was like, bro, I really don't need that much stuff. It's almost like I'm buying stuff just for the sake of buying it. And I recently found out that retail therapy is a form of a coping mechanism that some people use. Some people literally, when they're stressed or they're distraught, they go shop as a form of dealing with the stress. You understand what I'm saying? So I pay attention to that because me, when I think about it long term, that's not sustainable. Exactly, Kay. Instant gratification is a very dangerous thing, man. Exactly, Flute. I'm glad you said that, Flute, because the reason I love people is because people, I look at people like trains. And when I say that, it's like, you know how when you see a train pass by, you have the locomotive in the front, and then you have the joining cars behind it. I feel like people, you can hook up to certain people, and they can take you somewhere that you may not have thought of on your own. And so I want to hook up to that cavities are expensive thought. And it took me to this concept, right? Some people won't buy organic or non-GMO or healthier food options because they say that it's expensive, right? But which one is more expensive? An avocado or the hospital? You understand? Which one's more expensive? Organic food or medical bills? You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at where I want to be, and it's not to be future oriented, because I don't want to stay too far in the future, and I also don't want to dwell in the past, but I do plan to some degree. I know that I can't foresee everything in my future. Certain things will be unexpected and beyond my control. That's fine. But I do plan for the future. For example, right? If I want to save $10,000 by the end of this year, I have to have a plan. You understand what I'm saying? And if I want to have health and longevity when I'm 70, 80, even though there's no guarantee I'm gonna make it that far, I still want to position myself just in case I do. And if I do want to make it that far, I have to increase my chances. There's certain things that I can do. I know that there's things outside of my control, but I'm not. What can I control? What I eat, who I'm around, whether I smoke or drink. There's things that I can't control that can contribute to my increased likelihood of having health and longevity in the later years, when we see so many Americans toe up from the flow up. Some people are toe up from the flow up by the time they get to 40. I'm not on that. I'm 35. Of course, I'm not as swift and energetic as I was when I was 18, but I want people, I'm not, it's not so much about people, but I want to be able to keep up with my son. I want him to not be able to keep up with me rather than me not being able to keep up with him, because I remember how disappointing it was to see my parents be so exhausted all the time. And with the understanding that I have now, I would imagine that it's because of some of their lifestyle practices, some of the things they was eating, some of the things they was exposing themselves to. Exactly, Fruit. Living in the now. But living in the now, you can't live in the now all the time. You will do it. You will go to the past and you will go to the future. I think that that's natural. I don't use mouthwash. The toothpaste that I got now, what's the name of it? Oh, I got Burt's Bees. But don't get so caught up in brands, bro, because I don't know if y'all ever looked at reviews on Amazon, Walmart, wherever you shop. Have you ever had a product that was a success for you and it works for you, but somebody else gave it 1 star? It's like sometimes we have to figure out what works for us, and we have to accept that what works for us may be terrible for somebody else, and what may be terrible for somebody else may be just what we need. So my advice to you, instead of trying to get into like a brand thing, it doesn't really matter about the toothpaste. What's most important is what you're eating. You understand what I'm saying? What you're eating and the content of the bacteria in your mouth is the most important thing. I personally think that a good quality toothpaste, regardless of the brand, it will get the job done. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to use the one I use. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't paying me to advertise them, so just get you a good quality toothpaste that you can afford, that's in your budget, that you like, that works for you, and you're gonna be just fine, man. There's no such thing as the toothpaste or the way. Your life may look completely different than mine, but it don't matter. If it works for you, it works for you. Simple as that. Bam. And you gotta understand, bro, I'm not no guru or none of that, bro. I'm not none of that, dog. I just like encouraging people to do what I feel like I know they're capable of, bro. I'm not interested in telling people you should do this and you should do that and you need to do this and you need to do this. You ain't gotta, no, bro, no. My main thing is encouraging people, bro. I hate seeing people be limited by their own self-doubt, bro. For whatever reason, whether it comes from something a teacher said, you know what I'm saying, something your mama said. I just want people to understand that sometimes people, not even maliciously, sometimes people unconsciously will try to place the limitations that they have for themselves onto you. And it can be your dad, it can be your sister, bro. And I just don't want people to fall into that trap of thinking that they can't have or be a certain type of person contingent upon, you know, where they were raised or what the rest of the world is saying. Bro, the thing about it is, even if you don't make it, the fact that you went for it will be a reward in itself. That's what type of time I'm on, man. I want people to get to this idea, get to this mentality that you ain't got nothing to lose. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how safe you try to play it, no matter how cautious you are, nobody's making it out of here alive. And that's not to say to be reckless and to just be careless with your life. I use that as a means to not hold myself back to the point where I'm living in fear. To the point where I'm not doing something for reasons as superficial as what are people gonna think. I'm telling y'all, that's a very dark, limiting, and stagnating place to be in, is when your moves are heavily dependent upon what people think. Don't get me wrong. We do consult other people. We do review other people in order to determine what's the best step for us to make. We do that. That's okay. But the thing about it is, you have to determine what is the best form of advice. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, some random person's comment that you don't know should not have a substantial impact on your decision making. Let the impact of the statement be dependent upon the value the person has in your life. That's what I'm saying.
Interested in a great read? Check out Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, also known as True. Many of you know him as True. He has authored this amazing read. The book is available on Apple Books. Get your copy today and stay motivated to win.
Value the person has in your life. That's what I'm saying. Let the impact of the statement be determined by the value the person has in your life. Why are we allowing people who have no value in our life, no position in our life, no authority in our life, dictate what we're gonna do, who we are, how we should do it? It's not supposed to be like this, bro. Yes, you need social approval from the people around you, but we do not need social approval from a random profile that just popped up out of nowhere on Instagram or whatever social media platform you choose to utilize. So what I do is I make sure I don't let people who don't have a position in my real life affect what I do in my real life based upon what they said on social media. So that's where I'm at, man. It's a practice, it's a process, but I definitely have noticed in myself how better I've gotten at being unbothered by what people have to say about what I do, how I do it, when I do it, because it's really when I take my time and pause and look at who the person is in my life, the position they have in my real life, and then I can look at the statement that they're saying and come to the conclusion that, oh, this don't really matter. What they're saying doesn't matter because they don't matter in my real life. So that's how I keep it going. And take some time out, if you can, away from so much external stimuli, and get with yourself and start establishing your own voice, because sometimes we can be heavily dependent upon external validation to the point where we are almost incapable of making a decision that exclusively came from our own judgment. Sometimes we make mistakes, we fail, and then we simultaneously start doubting ourselves. And when we doubt ourselves, we don't trust ourselves. And when we don't trust ourselves, we start looking to others for recommendations as to what we should and shouldn't do. A failure and a mistake is not an indication that something's wrong with you. It just means that you need to go about it a different way to get the results that you actually need. Thomas Edison said that I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. I call that reframing. Reframing. It's amazing how a shift in mentality can literally change your whole life.
Have you checked out our new merch? Support the Medaya movement, where comfort is our main goal. Let your wardrobe be a reflection of your finesse and personal flair. With every thread woven with care, our apparel is designed to not just look great, but feel great too. We believe in celebrating every body type with our diverse range of stylish, high-quality clothing. We are not just selling merch, we're curating confidence, ensuring you step out in style every single day. Experience the blend of fashion-forward trends and timeless classics in our collections. And with our inclusive sizing, you'll find the perfect fit that makes you feel confident and fabulous. Embrace the Medaya movement experience today. Shop now. The link is in the bio.
A shift in mentality can literally change your whole life. I think it's amazing, man. I think it's amazing. Yeah. And I had to undo the world is evil. You know, people are destroying the planet and, you know, all this stuff like that, because that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. I personally believe that if we recognize a problem is present, we should spend more time focusing on the solution rather than just talking about the problem. You know what I mean? The problem really only needs to be acknowledged once. Okay, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. After we identify the problem, then we should spend all of our time figuring out what we're going to do to come to some type of a conclusion, man. I personally feel like the more time you spend talking and thinking about the problem, the longer it's going to take for you to get to a solution. That's just how I feel, man. And
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
bro, I'm a huge believer, bro. I'm a huge believer that health is wealth, bro. Huge believer in that, bro. I just can't see a scenario where sacrificing your health can be justified. Like, I don't think there's anything that you could trade it for and it be a good investment. And I will always keep these two together, is that health is wealth, movement is medicine. I got that from Giant, from the bartenders. He used to say health is wealth, movement is medicine. Health is wealth came from Socrates, of course. But Giant was the first person I heard say movement was medicine. And I added that your life can only be as good as you feel. So when I see people who have a bad attitude or people who have low energy, I don't take it personal. I realize that you can only be as good to me as you are to yourself. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal, man. I just know that I believe that the happiest people are the healthiest people, and the healthiest people are the happiest people, and they go hand in hand. They're inseparable. That's what I believe. I believe that they are inseparable. I believe happiness and health are inseparable. I think that when people say, looking for happiness, I really don't think you have to look any further than your health. If you look at somebody's cholesterol, blood pressure, fat content, if you look at somebody's body composition, I guarantee you can almost connect that to their personality, their attitude, all that. You said the mental is mainly all about solutions. I mean, I just pay attention. Basically, I just pay attention to where my energy is going, and I determine whether or not this is something that's valuable to me or not. And so when I look at problems and solutions, I feel like a problem can be valuable because a problem, it can serve as a means to determine how skilled you are in a particular field. Some people get excited when a brand new problem comes up because a brand new problem is often accompanied by what? Brand new innovation, brand new solutions. So a problem in itself inherently is not bad. The act of only focusing on the problem and giving the problem so much energy, to me, is where the issue lies. And Flute, let me I want to hook on to that real quick. As it pertains to cleanses and detox. One, first of all, I stay open to being wrong and new information. Two, I believe that cleansing and detoxes are unnecessary. Because I feel like, for two reasons, I feel like cleansing and detoxing is unnecessary. One, the body is a detoxing machine. It like the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the lungs, your organs are I don't think there's anything more powerful at detoxing than the organs you already have. No herb, no tea, no water, nothing. That's my opinion. I haven't gotten deep into the science like that. But I don't think that there's nothing more capable of cleansing and detoxing than the human body. I mean, god dang, folks be smoking and drinking for 50, 60 years and don't die. If that ain't one heck of a powerful detoxing machine, I don't know what is. Personally, I feel like a lot of the detoxing and cleansing is a spiritual hustling scam. That's how I feel. I feel like the detoxing and the hustling, I feel like the detoxing and the cleansing is a part of the spiritual hustlers movement, the spiritual hustler package, bro. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And two, or is this three? I don't know. Maybe this is three. Whether it's two or three, it don't matter. Next point is that I feel like instead of cleansing and detoxing, let's just not put nothing in the body that has a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Let's not even put nothing in the body in the first place that ain't supposed to be in there. That's just my stance on the whole ordeal. Personally, I think that people look for products when they don't want to get to the root of the issue. Because it's much easier to buy a product than it is to what? Change your behavior. So rather than quit smoking, let me get a lung tar detox tea. my boy don't want to stop smoking. He want the lung tar detox tea. I've heard people talk about that, but I feel like, me personally, I feel like they're unnecessary. And I think that people have maybe an exaggerated. Okay, and you said it too, Flute, right before I could get to it. I think people have an exaggerated fear of parasites. In your gut right now is a whole universe of parasites and black bacteria. Parasites and bacteria inherently are not bad. You understand what I'm saying? I think that when we hear parasite and we hear bacteria, we automatically associate that with, oh, that's bad. No, that's not the case. There are good bacteria. There are good parasites. The problem is when that community becomes imbalanced. I don't think we need to be fleshing everything out of our bodies. Some stuff need to be there. Some stuff need to be there. Okay? Me personally, I don't want to be fleshing nothing out. I really want to figure out, how did it get there? Because if you keep fleshing stuff out and don't get to the root of how it even got in there, then that means you just going to be fleshing for the rest of your life. I ain't trying to be fleshing. I ain't about to be fleshing and splashing and gloosh-glashing and all that, man. I ain't about to be doing that for the rest of my life. No, I'm not doing that. I need to figure out what needs to go in my body and what doesn't, and I don't have to clean nothing. And even if something gets in there that's not supposed to be in there, I have faith in my body that is strong enough to cleanse and fight, sterilize, and detox on its own. And one of my most powerful direct references is watching a drug addict not die. How you do drugs for 30 years and not die? It must be some detoxing and some cleansing going on, because if it wasn't, you would not be able to sustain that level of hardship on your body for such an extended period of time. Me personally, I think people underestimate the human body. They act like it's fragile. Some people actually stop using their body out of fear of their age. Bro, your body is a bad mofo. The human body, to me, is the greatest machine ever conceived, greater than any computer, any laptop, and any spaceship that has been designed thus far. That's my opinion. You say you think it's come down to cleaning the blood? Man, I think me personally, I think the body would naturally be clean, maintain a state of homeostasis if we stop putting the toxins in. You understand what I'm saying? And it's okay if you have a minimal level of toxins, bro. You're not gonna die, because there's been viruses and bacteria in your body now that you didn't know about, that your immune system was able to fight off. Thank you, immune system. You said if you keep flushing, it's like brushing your teeth. I've done research that said that enemas were not necessary. I've done research that said that the colon, a healthy colon, is more than capable of cleansing its own self. I think, and I'm going to keep saying this, I personally feel like herbs and teas and all these things, I'm not saying they don't have no health benefits, but I will say that I think people over-exaggerate their usefulness as a form of spiritual hustling holistic hustling to sell the latest and greatest product, bro. You got to think. How many patients is the doctor going to have if he sends everybody away and say, you can just heal on your own? People don't want to hear that. Some people need something to be wrong with them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think like that, bro. I personally just watching the human, bro. People is getting shot, bro. People is getting shot in the head and not dying. You mean to tell me I can't detox on my own? The human body is not capable of detoxing and cleansing itself, but it can heal itself from a gunshot wound? Well, it didn't heal itself. Of course, they had medical help. But I'm just saying, the amount of trauma the human body can withstand is phenomenal. And just witnessing the amount of trauma the human body can withstand and heal itself from, I personally feel like I don't need no damn tea to assist what this human body is already genetically capable of doing on its own. I don't think a damn tea or a damn oil is gonna make or break what we already seen and already know the human body to be capable of on its own. That's just me. Am I against teas? Am I against herbs? No. Only thing I'm saying is be careful of people who make exaggerated claims about a product that does not address the root cause of the issue, but only acts as a band-aid to make you feel like you're doing something about it. That's how I feel about the situation, bro. To me, relying on a tea and a herb is like somebody who's obese relying on a weight loss pill. Oh, for sure, for sure, Flute. For sure. I just don't think, I just want people to be careful of spiritual hustlers attempting to sell a product that you don't really need. But I get it though. It's like somebody saying, well, I don't brush my teeth because, nah, that's crazy. That's why I reinforced that it doesn't matter. I'm not against teas and herbs. I'm not against those things. I'm not. For sure. Yeah, I agree with that too, Flu. I think that we should be more dependent upon the food. And that's where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at right now. I really believe, bro, Hippocrates said it already. Let thy food be thy medicine, bro. Let thy food be thy medicine, bro. That's where I'm at with it. I think that a large number of issues, health issues, are food oriented. That's from the research I've done. I feel like a large number of health-related issues are food-oriented. And the tricky part about food is that it's not just a means of sustenance for humans. When it comes to food, our whole identity, our cultural identity, our sense of self is wrapped up into food. Some people have a hard time changing their food habits, not because they're weak or anything, but because their cultural identity is rooted in these foods, or they have certain memories rooted in these foods. Man, I remember when my grandma used to make this, and that. You understand what I'm saying? And so people have a hard time letting go of certain foods because of the emotional aspect, cultural aspect, ethnic aspect that's associated with these foods. You have some cultures who's centered around, like for example, we'll use the South. When you think about the South, chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard green, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with these things, but it's something wrong with the manner in which we prepare them, the quality of the food, as well as the amount that we consume, bro. In the Western world, we eat too much. We eat low quality. Yeah, because preparing it goes into the quality. Speaks on water fasting. I've seen other people attest to water fasting. Me personally, I think that with any machine, including the human body, it needs a break. Some people argue that your body gets a break every night when you go to sleep. But it takes a minute for your food to digest. So even when you're sleeping, depending upon how late you ate, you could still be digesting even when you're sleeping. And then when you wake up, some people, first thing they do is eat. I don't. I'm not a first thing in the morning, first thing I want to do is eat. That's not the first thing I do. Like, it's not. So when it comes to water fasting, you have people that like to report these amazing, often, even sometimes superhuman benefits. Me personally, I don't have anything to say about water fasting other than be careful. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be over here dying. And two, I think that every system needs a break, whether that be biological or, mechanical. So when it comes to water fasting, I personally don't recommend folks be water fasting for no 30, 40 days. You ain't got nothing to prove. But if you want to water fast for a couple of hours or a day, then I can understand that. But don't be out here trying all these trends, man. Because you have to understand, the internet allows unqualified people to take positions of expertise. And with the advent of ChatGPT, other AI tools, somebody who otherwise didn't possess the ability to write well can now make you believe that they're intelligent thanks to ChatGPT. Somebody who didn't have any previous graphic or editing skills, now thanks to AI, can create some phenomenal art. Is this inherently bad? No, but it can be very deceptive when assigning credibility. I recently found out about this concept.
Guys, this is a moment that I have personally anticipated. This book is now available for pre-order, authored by Janae Newell. The title is Lesson Learned. Janae shares a part of her journey with us, and I am looking forward to this amazing read. I myself am already on the pre-order list. If you're interested in being one of the first people to get this book, definitely hit Janae up on IG. Her IG is janae.alexandria. So hit her DM, let her know you're interested, and be sure to let her know that Medaya sent you.
Called The Halo Effect. And basically what the halo effect does is that you assign false attributes to someone based upon a quality that they actually do possess. For example, right? I remember Brother Polite. He could speak well. He used vocabulary words that most people don't typically hear or use. And based on that alone, myself included, people thought this man was intelligent. We can go to somebody's YouTube page. I made that mistake with Carbonation. We can go to somebody's YouTube page and see how many views and how many subscribers they have, and falsely associate that with credibility and qualification. We can go to somebody's Instagram, see that they have 100,000 followers, and we falsely equate that with ability and credibility and qualification. Exactly. Rashad Jamal. You see the pattern. Rashad Jamal. Brother Polite. You have to be careful on the internet because it can be easy for people to falsely present themselves as more qualified than they actually are. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't gain nothing from listening to other people. I'm not saying you can't gain nothing from YouTube, and I'm not saying that most people in the world are dumb. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we have to be careful of falsely assigning credibility and qualifications to people for reasons that are not connected, in a sense of, just because somebody has 100,000 followers, does that mean they know what they're talking about? No. When you stop and think about it and say it out loud, you can make that connection. But unconsciously, when you're dealing with social media, especially the younger people are especially vulnerable to thinking that, oh, this person must know what they talking about because they have 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube. And you know what's funny, Flute? I just had this thought out of nowhere. You know what's some funny? You know what would be funny, bro? What if these people on YouTube with 100,000 followers, 500,000 followers, million followers, what if it's a bunch of teenagers? Like, that don't count. What if all of these influencers are running around with a bunch of dang on teenagers following them? That don't count. That don't count. I just thought about that. That don't count, bro. You up here got a big following base of 13-year-olds. That don't count. These folks think you smart. These folks think you smart because they view social media in a skewed way. Some people really believe that because somebody has 100,000 subscribers, that they must be that they must be credible, knowledgeable, and important. That is not interchangeable. Because let me tell you why that's dangerous, right? If you inherently think that somebody is special, important, and qualified and credible because they have a lot of followers, what you're simultaneously saying on the opposite end of the spectrum is that you're not credible and that you're not important and that you're not valuable because you don't have a lot of followers. These are the conversations that we're having unconsciously. And that's why it's very important to bring these things to the forefront so that you can pay attention to it. You don't have to devalue yourself because you only have 500 followers. And you also can't falsely elevate yourself because you got 1 million. At the end of the day, when we both put down these phones and we step away from our profile picture, we are 2 human beings, equal. Does that mean that you're, and when I say equal, I mean in the sense of you're no less of a human and I'm no more of a human because of my follower count or my subscriber count. That's bullshit. And here's the thing. A lot of young people don't know that. A lot of young people don't know that. They think that you're valuable if you have more followers, more subscribers, and more views. Step away from the phone. Put the phone down. We are both equal, meaning you are no less of a human because you have 500 views, and I'm no more of a human because I have 500 million. Bullshit. You bleed just like I bleed. You need oxygen just like I need oxygen. You need food just like I need food. Taina, hola, buenos días. Muy bien. Let's see. Mi clase de español fin. I don't even know if that was the right way to say it. Mi clase de español fin. I don't know if it's S, I don't even know how to say finished. I don't know how to say finished in Spanish. So I got my Spanish, I know in Spanish, they don't say Spanish class. Spanish is like class of Spanish. It's like, I caught that part. Terminaste con tu clase de español. Oh, are you done with your see so would I respond with C terminaste? Wait, what would I am finished with my, okay, I am finished. If terminame, is it terminame con mi clase de español? Que bueno. Felicidades. What is felicidades? What is it? Because I know feliz navi. Oh, is that good day? Terminar. So what? So if I know terminar is finish, so with termino, would it be termino? Oh, congrats. Oh, okay. So would it be termino con mi clase de español? Would that be correct? I'm going to keep this Spanish. Oh, termine equals I finished. Oh, okay. So I finished. I was trying to say I am finished. Okay. I got it. Even I had to pick up on Spanish that, like, for example, right, when you're talking about your title or your profession, like, for example, right, I remember when I told them I am a student, right? So what I ended up doing was I put soy un estudiante. But when you're talking about your profession, you don't put the un in there. You don't put the a. It just, I am student. So it would be, the correct way from what my instructor told me was, it would be soy estudiante. I am student. Like, rather than in English where you would say, I am a student. In Spanish, the translation reads more like, I am student. So I picked up on that too. But Spanish is, I wouldn't say that it's a difficult language to learn because of the references to English that exist. There's a lot of English parallels in Spanish that helps you make sense of the language. Now, when you crossing over into Japanese and Chinese, that's a whole nother thing. But I feel like I did really well in the Spanish class. I ended up getting an A out of the class. But I can see myself becoming, probably not like, I don't know if I become proficient in Spanish, but I definitely will utilize the opportunities I have to read it. Sometimes when I'm at a restaurant and they have the Spanish translation, I'll read it and make that connection. And also, when I'm around people who are native Spanish speakers, I listen and I try to catch words that they're saying to make sense of the conversation that they're having. So it's fun. I have no idea what that says, bro. And I don't even know how you even type those characters. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to learn any type of Asian language just because of that reason, right? I recently found that Italian and Portuguese are similar to Spanish. And I have an interest in learning German and Russian as well. Oh, snap, guys. We're coming up on that 2-minute mark. Oh, for sure, Tyan. Appreciate that. I definitely would keep practicing it and being active in it. And there's no shortage of Spanish speakers, with Spanish being the 4th most commonly spoken language in the world. I'm interested in it. I like the language. I think that it's a very beautiful language as far as the pronunciation and all of those things like that. But yeah. Oh, that's what's up, Flute. I thought you might have did it directly from your key. Oh, I didn't know you could do that on here. Interesting. Okay, that's a good skill to know. All right, man, if we get cut off, man, hey, Flute, appreciate you coming up here, man. The conversation is engaging. Appreciate you, Taina, for always dropping by with those Spanish classes, those little Spanish segments. I want to throw an alley-oop to you real quick. I don't know if you considered this, but as a native Spanish speaker, it would be great, a side hustle, just to throw an alley-oop. It's not something that you should do or have to do, but Spanish tutor, Spanish teacher, Spanish instructor, great alley-oop. Just something to consider. I thought about French. Yeah, I kind of want to learn French too. But yeah, shout out to you, Flute. Shout out to you, Taina, man. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this. We die by this. We don't surrender. We don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning. I want to get mine out the mud. I want mine out the dirt. I don't want no handouts. I don't want no no celebrity to co-sign me,
Right.
and somebody to see me in the street and say, I remember when such and such put you on. No. It may sound harsh, but I'm gonna beat myself up so the world can't beat me up. Because the world is a cruel place. It can be a beautiful place if you allow it to be. Once your perspective changes, that's when miracles happen. What else I gotta conquer so I can get to the next level? What else? There's always gonna be giants at the gate. If it ain't rough, it ain't us. Let's go. Wow. So it ain't like, why me? It's like, why not me? Let's do it. The flowers don't chase the bees. The flowers just are.